welcome to my journey. Listen, this is Monday. I don't know if I was going to go out or not. I told David, I said, well, when I got my shower and everything, I said, well, what am I going to not do today? He goes, well, is there anywhere you didn't hit the other day? Ain't much open on Monday. And I was sitting there, I was watching a video, and Holly called. She goes, do you have the Target app? I said, no. She goes, well, I looked on there, and the Kannapolis Target is the only one that shows they have Witches Brew in stock. I said, what? I said, I don't have the app, but I can pull up the website. I pulled it up. I said, well, it shows it. She said, you better get your clothes on and go. She said, you'll get there before I will. I said, I just need to change I had clothes on, just around the house clothes. I said, I just need to change. I said, they have my share and everything. So I am headed to Target. It will be more expensive at Target than when they come to Walmart or Walmart's or there's a popo sitting again. You come down that hill right there and you automatically get up to 40 or 45. It's just when you're coming down a hill. But he's sitting this way. He's catching people coming off the parkway out here to come speeding down. That's what he's doing. Anyway, I can get us some to last until they come out. Now, I did go to Five Below yesterday because they supposedly have them. And I thought, well, I'm going to go look. Well, they don't have them in the store, but there was a woman. They got self-checkouts now at Five Below. I don't typically go there because to me it's a young person's store. They have young people stuff. I did find a little sketchbook with embroidery on the front that I think I want to use if I ever get around to doing my new craft. I like it better than that one I got at the Dollar Tree. I can use that one at the Dollar Tree for something else. But they have self-checkouts now. The boy, I Swanee, the boy that worked there, straight up standing there in the middle of that, eating a bag of chips, talking about, you paying with cash or card? You paying with cash or card? I said card. He said, well, you can use the self-checkout. I'm like, seriously? I am not even joking. So the woman that was there, she turned around and what she had was a little small case, maybe, I don't know, 12 pack, something like that maybe, of Alani News, and it was all wrapped up, you know. I said, oh, where'd you find that? She said, I ordered it online this morning. I'm like, oh. So I asked that boy, I said, you don't have it in the store? He said, no. I said, okay. So now Target, they have their energy drinks right now on sale, 5 for $12. So that's more expensive than Walmart's, or definitely more expensive than Sam's. If Sam's puts it on sale for what I've been seeing, it's going to be 16 something for maybe an 18 pack. If that's what they had. That's what other states are showing now when they show theirs. And I checked Sam's before I left and it's not showing on there yet. I did go in there the other day and just to check and see if they had it. It wasn't on their thing, but they did not. The only thing I got was I got some of that cranberry pecan chicken salad. That stuff is so good. The only thing I hate about it is just too big of a container for me and David to eat. So typically we don't eat the whole thing. But it's really good. I can make my own, but it's like I don't want to make nothing of my own. Listen, let me tell you this. Listen. So last week, Thursday, after the boys left, I had the boys. I had Jacob Wednesday and Thursday because Holly had 2 things to do both days. And then Sebastian, he spent Wednesday night, and then Jacob come back and I had him Thursday, and then Sebastian went home with Holly and spent the night with her Thursday night. So after they left, I needed to make a BJ's run because there was a few things we needed that I typically get at BJ's. So I went over there, one of them was AAA batteries. I like to buy BJ's batteries. They're good batteries and it's a very good price. I don't remember how many's in the big pack, but it's like $17.99. Cheaper than you can get at Walmart's for Walmart's batteries. And these Berkeley Jensen batteries are very good batteries. So that's what I needed. Well, I get all my things and I was having a time with my trunk, my hatch. David said he needs to get me some shocks. So I hope he gets around to it. Usually it does it in the cold weather, but it's doing it in the hot weather too. It won't stay up, so you hold it up and it comes right back down. So I was trying to hold it up, pick up these groceries out of the buggy, put it in the trunk, trying to hold the thing up, and some things I had to pick up with two hands, and then it would fall on my head. I was very irritated. And I got home and I put my stuff in, and I'm sitting over there. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember getting batteries out of my bag. I left them in the buggy and pushed the buggy up in the buggy holder, the corral, whatever you want to call it. And I said, well, somebody's got them some free batteries. So I told David, I said, well, I'm going to go back over there Friday morning, and get my batteries, because I need them. A lot of my battery operated candles that flicker, they take AAA's, so I need them. Well, I got over there, and that's all I picked up was the batteries, and they're at the front when you go in. So I picked them up, did the pay on the app, and I went right straight to the girl that checks you out, and I was telling her what had happened. I said, yesterday, I left my batteries in my buggy outside. She goes, well, go up there and find out if somebody turned them in. I said, I doubt it. It was outside. She goes, you'd be surprised how many people bring in groceries and things that people leave in buggies. She said, you would be surprised. I said, okay, well, I'm going to go up there and find out. So I went up there, and lo and behold, y'all, somebody turned in my batteries. Yes, they did. So she gave me back my money for the ones I just bought that day, because I told her, I said, I don't need that many batteries at one time to spend the extra $18, because the big one, it'll last a while. So lo and behold, somebody at BJ's actually turned in my batteries. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And when I went back out, the woman said, I told you. She said, you'd be surprised how many people actually do that. So I was thrilled with that. That was just the coolest thing. It makes you feel better about humanity when something like that happens. But listen, Saturday I went out. I wanted to go to a couple of yard sales. And the first yard sale wasn't even there. This happens every time. I'm going to quit going. I'm just going to quit going, because people are advertising these things. And then you go, the house that I went to, that was the yard sale, had a dumpster in the front. It was in a housing development. Had a dumpster in the front of where they were apparently cleaning out the house, maybe remodeling or something. There was no yard sale to be seen. And then the second one I went to was at a school. It's our Head Start. And when I pulled up in there, it was a handful of cars with tables at the end where they're sitting on their trunk with a table at the end, and I seen a bunch of clothes. I'm like, I'm not even getting out of my car for that. So I didn't even look up no more yard sales. I went to Salisbury. I said, well, I'll just go up to Nazareth and Habitat, because I felt like doing something. You know me. And I said, well, Nazareth don't open till 10, and I was out early because the yard sale started at 8, so I was out early. And by the time I finished all that riding around, I said, well, I'll get to Habitat because they open at 9. I said, I'll just tool around there a little bit and take my time before I go over to Nazareth. So it took me a little bit to get up there, and then I looked around Habitat, and I didn't find anything. And then by the time I got over to Nazareth, would you know, every day they close Mondays now. They used to open at 1, but since they're down some people, they've changed their hours. So they're closed Monday, but they open at 10 o'clock, right? Saturdays they open at 9. So I could have gone on to Nazareth instead of just wasting my time. But now I know. But I did get a couple little things in there. Not much, just a few little things. And then I just kind of came home and didn't do anything, as per usual. We ate out. I was going to listen, if you got Lowe's Foods, they got that smokehouse in there. They do some smoked pulled chicken that is out of this world. When they first opened, they had it buy 1 pound, get 1 pound free. And so we were going to eat that 1 pound. I had them put it in 2 separate containers because I was going to freeze one and eat one. Well, you didn't eat the one, so I popped them both in the freezer for days, just like yesterday. Well, we were going to eat that Friday, Saturday, and I started looking at something, and somebody was reviewing fish or something. I'm like, oh, I think I need fish. We don't go to the Mayflower no more because the last time we went, the fish was like all but rotten. So I think they're people don't go there as much as they used to because they have gone downhill and they have gone super duper expensive. Well, we ain't been back. So we get our fish from Showmars, which is delicious fish. Oh my gosh. The flounder is so clean tasting. It's like old timey flounder. The Mayflower flounder is fishy, gamey tasting. The delicious flounder at Showmars is clean and delicious, let me tell you. So I got the fish and the shrimp. It took me, no joke, about maybe 5 times to finish that plate of food. I'm not joking. At least 5 times. Let's see, where's the dough? I don't hardly ever come to this Target over here because I'm not a Target shopper. Holly loves Target. The child loves Target. So that's what we had. And then yesterday we ate that pulled chicken just on sandwiches. I stopped at Food Line and got me some Stony Gap. Stony Gap's a real popular fish camp around here. It's too far for us to go to. It's not far, but it is like on a Saturday when David's been to work. I don't even know if they're still there, but it was Stony Gap. And they make good red slaw, and Food Line sells it. So I knew I'd have to go to Food Line to get my slaw because I didn't feel like making none. And so we just had barbecue chicken sandwiches, the smoked chicken with some barbecue sauce and that slaw on a bun. Oh, it was so good. Gosh, it was good. That chicken was like restaurant quality to me. So I'll definitely get some more. And then I made tater tots. So that's what we had for supper last night. All right, well, let me hush up and go in here and see if I can find it. I'll come back and tell you. Well, guess what? Guess what I got in my hot little hands? I got Witches Brew. So I was talking to Holly the whole time. Listen, if you can't find what you want, go up and ask somebody. There's this little boy standing there. I said, honey, can I ask you a question? Because you know I be honeying everybody. That's what we do down here. You know, some women will get mad if you call their husband honey or something like that. That's how we talk. Honey. Listen, that's just another word. I said, honey, can I ask you a question? I said, your app shows that you have the Alani new Witches Brew. I said, but I've looked everywhere that it goes and I can't find it. He said, well, it's a vendor item. He said it might show up, but they just don't have it here yet. I'm like, oh, okay. He said, well, let me go in the back and look. I said, are you sure you don't mind? He goes, no, I'll go look. So he comes back, he goes, well, they got them. Did you want the 12-pack or the singles? I said, the singles. I said, but you got them in the 12-pack? He goes, yeah. So the girl was pulling up a huge pallet full. I mean, a huge pallet full of the 12-pack in the boxes. The thing about it was 6 Witches Brew and 6 is called the potion pack. 6 of the new one for the fall that is red apple, red candy apple. I don't know, something about some red apple something. I was scared to buy it because I didn't know if I'd like them apple ones. Only because I bought a Bloom apple, crisp apple, and I tried it yesterday and I don't like it. It's too appley for me and it's not enough fizz. So I was afraid I didn't like it, but I was talking to Holly the whole time. She said, well, get me one of them. She said, I'll try one for us. I said, okay. So I told her what I'd do is I would put one in the refrigerator. So when she comes Thursday, we can try it. I can just taste it, and then I'll know if I like it or not, if I want to go buy some. But it was more expensive that way, but that's fine. We got us enough to last us until we can get to the Sam's Club. I am beyond excited. You just don't know. It is my favorite one, hands down, and you only get it once a year, and once it's gone until the next August. So you have to get enough to last throughout the year, and I figure if I can get enough to give me 2 a week, I'll be happy. So I could have bought them there and spent more, but I'm gonna wait, buy my time, save me a little bit of money, because that was expensive enough. But I had to have the little, I told him, he said, now you know these are singles. I said, yeah. I said, I'll tell the checkout girl not to ring them up as one, to ring them up as singles. Just the box was one box. So I got up there, no registers, just the self-checkouts. I had to get the little girl. I said, honey, I'm not sure. See, honey, I'm not sure how to do this. I said, they're supposed to be singles, and I didn't want to, because they're shrink wrapped, you know, in that hard plastic. I said, I don't really want to tear them apart because they're easy to carry like this. So she came up there and did it for me. So that was nice. So Holly is thrilled. But let me tell you, you know, I was just talking about my hatch back there. Let me feel it. Yeah, I got a knot. It's not bleeding. But when I was at I went to the Dollar Tree. That's another place I killed time before I went to Nazareth. And found out I wouldn't have had to go into the Dollar Tree, which I only got like 3 things, I think. 4 things. If that, I'm going to tell you about that too. I bought one of the broomsticks, you know, which you can screw on the different type cleaning things. I bought one of those. And I should have gone back there, because I think I'm going to go to Rose's, see if they got any Halloween out while I'm out and about. If they open it 9, because it won't take me a half hour to get there. But so I put that broomstick up to hold the lid up so I could load this stuff. Well, I'm gonna have to put some kind of non-stick rubber or something on the end of it, because I had it wedged and it was wedged good, and then while I was putting stuff in there, it slid and that hatch just slammed the top of my head. I said a word or two. What you gonna do, sue me? And it hurt pretty good. So I'm gonna have to have David try to rig me up a little something more safe. But when I was at the Dollar Tree, there was a woman. I had done passed her around the aisles a few times. She's by herself, and then she ran into some man she knew, and they talked, and then when I got up there, she was in line, and I happened to end up behind her. Well, she was all by herself, nobody with her. So she starts she starts putting her stuff up on the thing, and here comes this man out of nowhere. He just materialized out of nowhere and started putting her stuff up on the conveyor belt. I looked at her, I said, ma'am, I said, how you get one of these that just comes out of nowhere and starts putting your stuff up for you? I need to figure that one out. She started laughing, that man started laughing. I said, she been walking around by herself, and all of a sudden, here you just materialize out of nowhere. They was laughing. She said, he does that. Said he'll just be doing his thing, and then he'll come up and help me get my stuff. Help me get my stuff out. She kept getting tickled about that more and more. She'd stand there and she would just keep being tickled about it. It was so funny. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. And I told him, I said, well, did you come with the wallet? He said, well, I can. She said, she said he does that wherever they go shopping. He'll just do his own thing. I said, not my husband. I said, he's right behind me. I said, he don't shop. He don't care. He don't want to look at nothing. He just walks right behind me. Whatever I'm looking at, he's looking at too. He just stays by my side. But it was funny. It was funny. So, I think I am going to go to Rose's. They have more Halloween stuff out at Dollar Tree. I actually did not buy anything Halloween because there was nothing that I needed that I don't already have, and then stuff that I saw that I didn't have, I didn't want. Now they do have these cute little tree ornaments, and I was going to get them, and then I changed my mind. Instead of just the balls, the little small glittery type balls, they had ghosts and they had bats. And I thought about it. I may still get them to put them on my tree in the kitchen, which I'm probably going to get them. I don't know why I just didn't get them yesterday. Because I was thinking, oh, just don't spend money. You ain't going to use them. Which I probably would. So anyway. Well, that is all my Witches Brew story. And my Dollar Tree story. And my battery story. And my head getting bonked story. So I'll be back for some. Okay, we're back home. I didn't film any more in the car. I've been doing some running. I got all kind of stuff. I did some shopping today. In no particular order, I'm just going to grab a bag and start digging. But I thought I would show you what I did get today. Oh, okay, so look what I found. If you know, you know, Billy Jack from when I was a kid. Me and David were just talking about that the other day, that song come on. I'm like, you know what song that song from? He said, no. I said, Billy Jack. I said, it's probably not a movie I should have watched as a kid, but I watched it every time it came on TV. So I got it. And then, look. I didn't realize, I looked on my list of what I need. I know I needed Rambo 3, but I forgot I need Rambo, the regular Rambo. And I know I've seen it and passed it up because I thought I had it. And I didn't consult my list. But I did find Rambo 3. And then this, just because, The Lost Boys. That's a classic, if you're my age, from back in the day. And then I found this, which, oh, it's on this side. It's got a little bit of scratches on it. It's Appalachian alumni. I didn't graduate, but close enough. Listen, when I saw the black and I saw the gold, I'm like, let me look at that. Sure enough. So you know I got it. And then, those were thrift store finds, obviously. This is from Rose's. I got these for Jacob, because if I got cereal, like my Monster cereals, he would just pick all the marshmallows out and leave me the cereal. So I'm like, you know what? That boy's going to get his own marshmallows. And then while I was there, I went ahead and picked up 2 more Go Dyes. And these are the actual name brand Go Dyes, not the ones from the Dollar Tree. So I grabbed them. $1.25. They're candy rivals, and they got a lot of candy. They're candy rivals, Dollar Tree prices. And then I got more of these because me and Jacob finished them up last week. More tater sticks. See, that was Rose's. Oh, that's Sebastian's little toy. Let's see. What? Oh, no. Hold on. There. Look what I found. Old-fashioned cinnamon toothpicks, Cinepicks. Do y'all remember these in the little wax package where they called Red Hots or something like that? Cinnamon toothpicks. You remember these? These are like $1. I got 3 of them for old time's sake. But my mama, she used to make me some. She would buy the Red Hots candy and boil the toothpicks in it to make me my own. But I remember as a kid riding our bicycles up to the Quick Pick. That's what it was called, the Quick Pick. To get our cinnamon toothpicks. Y'all remember those? These were at the register and I'm like, I gotta get those. So I'm excited about those. And then, oh, you know what? I said I'm not going to Value Village anymore. But I went today specifically to look at their DVDs and books. And then while I was there, I just went quickly around and I did find one thing that I've been looking for. Not this side, because I don't like that side. But this side. It's a tissue cover. I find them every now and then, but they're nothing that I want. I figured this is close enough, and I'll just give it a real good wash. And Family Dollar, they don't sell this at Walmart's anymore because I'm just about out, and I use this on my bagels a lot, on my cream cheese. And so I grabbed it when I saw it, but I've not seen it at Walmart's because I've looked. And Spooky Minis, little trick-or-treat. I thought the boys would like them because they like, I think both of them do like Rice Krispie treats. It's just a little snack size. And then I got this. This is for supper. We like these. I just drain them, put them in a baking dish, sprinkle them with some brown sugar and dot some butter on it and just bake them until they get nice and, you know, they're good. I mean, for a canned sweet tater, we like them. And then this is for those, you didn't see it, but I got the pretzel bites. I only ordered one. They were buy one, get them free at Publix. I only ordered one, but she gave me 2. And I told David, I said, oh, they'd be good with that Frito dip. I grabbed it. I eat them with mustard, but I thought they'd be good with this. And then I got these for Wesley when he comes over. They are Gerber yogurt melts, strawberry, freeze-dried yogurt, and fruit snack. Because he's been eating his little puffs at home. And so I thought he'd have him a little treat here. And then the Dollar Tree. Oh, here's one more. Let me make sure I got my receipt. Here's one more thrift store. I went to, because I was going, it's right there where Rose's is. I went to the Salvation Army because I don't go there very often. And I found one thing to go on my wall in my kitchen somewhere. It was $1.99, but I got up there and he said $106. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said it's half price senior day on everything. I'm like, well, it's a shame I didn't find anything else I wanted. That was the only thing, so I got it for $1. I'll take it. And then let's see, Dollar Tree. I got these for my, I don't know how big they'll be. You know what I'm saying? They were $5. I got 3 of them to put in my tree in the front. I told David, I really want a witch, hanging witch. But I found these and I thought, I'll give them a try. So 3 of those. They had orange and white, but I just went with all white. And then this is for the back a while. I found a pumpkin. It's got a handle and I can't never find my words. But I got a Halloween party treat I want to put in it on sticks, and so I got this to put down in there for the sticks to go into. And that's what these are for, to cover the top of it. So I got white. I would have got orange if they had it, or like monster green or something, but they didn't. They had brown. I thought that'd be ugly, so I got white. So that's for Halloween. And oh, I got one more. Get my receipt there. One more Halloween bag. So I went to the Dollar Tree down in Concord because I was coming back that way, and I don't never get down to that one, and they do have different stuff than the other ones. So I told you I wasn't going to get them. You'll see. But I got these because I'm going to decorate my kitchen tree different than I usually decorate it. So look, this is new. These little orange skeleton heads, that's new. I don't particularly care for the black ones because they don't show up. When I use like black flowers, they just don't show up. And then I got the glittery ones, which I don't care for the glitter, but I like the eyeballs. And then just 2 of the all orange. Like I said, I don't care for the glitter, but you know what? Dollar Tree is all about the glitter. Dollar Tree loves the glitter. These are the ones I said I wasn't going to buy. But then I'm like, yeah, I probably will. Well, I'll just show you one of these. Hold on. So, they only had, I just wanted the orange balls. Look, it's a little ghost. So that's not the cutest. The paint job is not exactly great. I mean, come on. But who cares? And then they had the ones with the black balls. But this was the only ones with the orange ones. So, I got that. But I got 3 of those. And I got, well, they're falling out, but 3 of the, there we go. 3 of the bats. The purple bats. Aren't they cute? I thought those would be cute on my tree. And then, oh, I got this for the top. I'm going to take this out and just see how it's open and just set that down as my tree topper. Isn't that cute? That's cute. And then I can't remember if I still have napkins or not from last year, but I went ahead and got these. Pick your poison. They didn't have the tablecloths or anything out to match yet, or plates or anything. So, listen, I might have some stored up, but I don't know. But I did grab these while I saw them. And then I got these for Jacob's birthday. He's got a wish list on Amazon, which Holly Lightning never got him to do that because he just don't play toys. He's very imaginative. He just plays with himself, and he just doesn't play with toys a lot. But she got him to pick out some things, and so I've got to go in there and buy it. But I'm making a bag of just odds and ends because that's what I do. So I got this cute little bag. Isn't that cute? What's that say? Oh, happy birthday. Oh, because it's a, what? Capybara or whatever. Cute. And then I got these 2 books. It says, I love Daddy. I got that glare going on there. I love Daddy. And I love Mommy. So I thought those would be fun. He likes books. He loves books. Let me look. Let me look. That's everything today. Listen, I did some shopping today. So this is going to be a 2-day shopping vlog. So tomorrow we'll get on to our regularly scheduled thrift. So see you then. Hey, we're back on Tuesday, thrifting day. So let me show you what I got. In my hot little hands, I got me the Witches Brew. Listen, I'm popping on camera. Get my first taste since last fall, because I didn't buy many and I blew through them. Put in my thing. Oh, absolutely 100% the best one they got going. So the saga of the Witches Brew gets even deeper. Okay, what you heard yesterday, because I already filmed that, because obviously you know this is a 2-day thing. Holly called me and she said, they got them at Target. She said, you better get there, you'll get there before I will. So I go to Target. And I told you I got some to last us until we can find them at Sam's, because they're going to be a lot cheaper. Well, I was sitting there yesterday afternoon and Holly, my daughter-in-law, sent me a screenshot. She goes, look. So it showed them at our Sam's here in town. Well, I pulled it up and it was just for shipping, which that's fine, because I think if you order over $50 worth, you get it free shipping. So I put in the cart and it said, sorry, we're having technical difficulties. So I tried again. I tried like 3 or 4 times. And one went in the cart and I did a refresh on the page. And when I refreshed the page, it said out of stock. So apparently I was in a war with other people trying to get them delivered. So how many ever they had in stock that they apparently didn't put out on the shelf yet, sold out. I'm like, see, that's why you have to be diligent. If you don't find them, these girls will buy them slam up. So that's so good. That's so good. So then I pulled up Charlotte Sam's. There's one in Mooresville. I didn't want to travel because the one over at University was closer to me. It showed they had them. So I jumped in the car and I took off. Well, I got down on the interstate to the mall, the big mall, and realized I didn't have my wallet. I was using it to buy something. I was buying Jacob's birthday present. I need to use my card. And I left my wallet sitting on my little side table at my chair. So I had to turn all the way back and come all the way back home. And the whole time I'm thinking, don't buy them all, don't buy them all, because I'm freaking out, because they make you freak out. And so I got my wallet, get all the way back over there. I go in, and you know when you go in Sam's, if you've ever been in Sam's, they always have that first line of products as you come in the door. That's where they were. They had bukus of them. So I ended up getting 2 for me. They're 18 packs. 2 for me, 2 for my Holly, and 2 for my daughter-in-law Holly. I said that'll be their little treat. So they were thrilled about that. So us girls has got our Witches Brew. Me and Holly will be taste testing I can't remember what it's called, red apple or something like that come in that half and half pack I was telling y'all I got her. We'll be taste testing that tomorrow, because Jacob's coming tomorrow because he's got a dentist appointment Thursday. So I'm going to do Momo Day tomorrow. And I told RJ if Sebastian wants to spend the night Wednesday, bring him over when Holly gets off work, because I'll have Jacob that day and me and Sebastian need some time alone to play our game. Because when Jacob's there, he's not old enough to play the game. He wouldn't understand it. The Tetris, he doesn't understand the concept in his mind. He's only 4. And so I told Sebastian last week, I said, we can't play that while he's here. And so we need some time alone. And next week will be my last week with him, because he goes back the 23rd. He spent last Wednesday night with me, and then Thursday night with Holly. He likes his Auntie Holly. That's what we call her, Auntie Holly. Listen, I call my aunts I call them ain't. That's what we grew up calling them. Not aunt or aunt or auntie or auntie. Just aunt. Ain't. So I took my first Sky Rizzy on my own, and you know what? Did I tell y'all this? I don't think I did. She called me on the phone, the Sky Rizzy nurse. She called me on the phone. She wanted to do it with me. She said, we can do a video, or I can just do it over the phone. I said, well, I watched her do it in the office. I said, let's just do it over the phone. She said, okay. And she was telling me what to do. I said, well, the girl in the office was having a hard time pushing the button and mashing it down. The girl in the office was doing it wrong. She was slamming it down and mashing the button at the same time. She had a piece of skin up, and she was trying to push it down and mash the button at the same time. That's not how you do it. You push it down. There's a little white thing that goes up in there when you hit it on your skin. Then you mash the button, and it gives you the shot. And she said if you've got enough, did she call it subcutaneous fat? Something to that effect. She said you don't have to even pinch up your skin. She said if you don't have much, then pinch up your skin. I said, oh girl, you ain't got to worry about that. I ain't got to pinch nothing. So when she told me how to do it, easy as pie. And that little girl in the office made it look like it was going to be aggravating. Easy as pie. And so she said, you can put it in your sharps container. I said, well, I don't have one. She said, they didn't send you no sharps container. I said, no. She said, well, I'm going to send you one. So that came in the mail yesterday. It just come within a few days. There was a box on the porch, and I told David, I said, you know what? I said, I come in. I said, that looks like a box from Brandy of magazines. I said, you better go out there and pick it up. Because just from glancing, when I pull up in front yard and then I back into my place, I saw a box like through the rails. And I told him, I said, that looks like a box from Brandy when she sends me magazines. I said, and it's probably heavier than 10 pounds. You might better go out there and get it. So he went out there and he goes, oh, this is real light. I'm like, he said, yours or mine? He said, well, I didn't order nothing. I said, well, I didn't order nothing. Sure enough, that's what it was. It was that sharps container. And it's got some kind of return thing. I'll have to read into it, but it'll be, oh my gosh, it'll be years before I'll fill that thing up. It's got a big hole, not the kind that the doctors for the little needles. It's a big hole because this is a pen, good size pen that you use. It's whole, like probably 3-4 times thicker than the Ozempic pen. So I'll have that container forever. But here's the thing, it's a Stericycle. We have a Stericycle plant right down here in Concord. So probably if I didn't want to mail it off, I could probably just drop it off to them. Matter of fact, one of RJ's friends that was real good friends in high school, who I'm still friends with, him and his family, he used to work there. So it was a hot job where they incinerate that stuff, you know. But he worked there for a long time before he finally got out. But that was my excitement yesterday, running to get my Witches Brew. Listen, and I did put my listen, I got a pumpkin spice thing to show y'all for August that I bought. I had to go to Food Line because I told you about the Stony Gap Slaw is only at Food Line. Well, I went through and I saw a pumpkin spice thing just by accident. I wasn't looking for anything. It was just on one of them little things they set out in the rows, you know, in the aisles. And I grabbed it. And that's the one thing that I've got that I've just about eat all of them. So when I do my video, this week probably won't be but a couple things. I'm going to have to show you an empty bag. That's the way it's going to be. I guarantee you. Because I don't get my groceries till Friday. And there wasn't but a couple things. I have found some pumpkin spice candles, but I got plenty of them that I buy at the thrift stores. And I ain't paying full price at the store. Even though you can get a Walmart's candle for like $3.96. And those Walmart's Mainstays candle in the jar, they're not bad at all. They really are not. So, listen, I come across a thing this morning on reels that I watch, I always get thrifting reels because that's what I watch, and so it gets in your algorithm. They were showing cookbooks to look out for, and they sold for hundreds of dollars. I'm like, well, my gosh, I need to be looking for these cookbooks. Listen, I might have some of them myself, but these manses. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're gonna be open when I get here. That'll be good. Oh, I bet I'm gonna need gas. I can suck, like Joan said, her mama calls it a gas ass. I am a gas ass of epic proportions. I love to ride the roads and go places. I just do. I don't want to do a thing in my house a bit more than the man in the moon. I asked David yesterday, I said, well, what am I not going to do today? He goes, well, are there any places you missed the other day? I said, no, not on a Monday, there ain't. So, oh, it's not too crowded today. So let me get off of here and I'll be back and I'll have something to show you. Okay, I found a few things in there. Listen, my man that I always see, he was buying a table. He said, could he go ahead and pay for it and set it up there? They said, yeah. I said, hey, how you doing today? He said, better now that I seen you, sweetheart, or something like that. I said, I heard that. I love running into nice people because you run into enough sad sacks. It's nice to run into nice people. But I did find a couple things. I got this because I like it. And you know, it was 25% off today, so this was $1.99. Let me put it right there. And then I got 3 of these. It's creative options. Look how big. Storage containers. Nice heavy duty. I got an orange, a yellow, and a red. And look how dirty it is. Listen. They're sticky too. So, and I imagine the way I'm going to be driving, they'll be in the floor. But you know, I told you yesterday that that thing fell on my head and I got a bump. Well, my bump went down, but it's still sore as can be. So David told me this morning, I said, maybe you can put some kind of rubbery stuff on the end of my stick. He goes, no, I'm going to go in here right now and order you some shocks. I said, well, is that something you can change? Because yeah, I had to change them off my Camaro. So he said I can just help him hold it up while he just changes the shocks on it. So when I left, he was in there on the computer ordering my shocks. Same place he got my switch and my doorknob from. He's going to order from there. A1 Auto or something like that. I said, well, that's good. I would sure appreciate it. I said, but don't make it my Christmas present. He just started laughing. He said, I wouldn't do that. You know, I told you what I want for Christmas from now on. NASCAR racing experience. He'll never top it. He'll never top it. Never top it. Never top it. And I will remind him until Christmas comes. That's what I want. We don't typically do Christmas, but he started it. Well, for the past some years, he has been buying me things. We used to didn't do anything, little something here or there, but we always focused on the kids, you know. But he outdid himself on that one. So anyway, well, I'm gonna turn this off, and you know what I'm gonna do, crank up my tunes and head to Salisbury. So see you back. Well, I finished my shopping in Salisbury. I only got a few things, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you this and then head home. So I found this at Habitat for $3. I thought me and Jacob, maybe even Sebastian, might have fun playing with. It twirls around and the fish mouth's open and closed and you just try to catch the fish. I thought we might get $3 worth of fun out of that. So I got that. I didn't find a single thing at Nazareth. Then I come over here to the Goodwill. Check out these shoes. If they was worn one time, that's it. These are men's, but like Joan said, they don't look like men's. I don't think they do either. Those are some cute fall shoes right there. And look at the soles. And look how nice and clean and all they are. Great shoes. And their shoes are only, and I wasn't looking for shoes. I was just standing in line because it was a pretty good line. And I happened to look over because that's where I was standing. I saw them. I looked at the size. I'm like, oh, that's my size, the man's. But I wear that size, and I will wear a man's shoes in a minute. I always have. It don't bother me at all. And then I found this for Joan. She didn't have 2021, so I'm always looking when I'm out for her missing ones. And so I got lucky today and found her one. So now I've got to run through and get a couple prescriptions, and then hit up my 2 Goodwills, and that's probably gonna be my day. So I'll see you back. Well, I am home. I'm gonna try to fish out what I bought. I got stuff up here, down there, but I went to some Goodwills, and then I went to Marshall's, because one of the ladies I saw in Goodwill, we were standing there talking, and she said she buys clearance stuff because she said she got 14 grandkids, and so she keeps a tub going of Christmas gifts, and she finds like new stuff and clearance stuff, and so she says she gets a lot of clearance stuff at Marshall's. I said, well, I only go there typically for Halloween. She goes, oh, it's been out a couple weeks. I'm like, well, then when I get through with my Goodwill, I've got to hop on down to Marshall's. So I did. But let me tell you, I went to CVS to get my, oh, I'm not supposed to show you that. Don't see that. That comes up on my pumpkin spice video. Pretend like you didn't see it. At let's see, it was this. Oh, the one Goodwill I found, Urban Cowboy. This wasn't even on my radar until I saw it. I love that movie. And then the funny thing is, at oh, I'm gonna break that. I got something breakable. At Habitat, they had one of these Dirt Devils. It was $8. This was $8 at Goodwill. I plugged it in and it worked, except the brush didn't turn. Well, I plugged this one in. The brush turns, the brush is clean, the whole 9 yards. I've been needing one of those. I used to have a little shark, and it held like this much. I used it to death, and then I think I switched to something else and it broke. But I need a little handheld vacuum cleaner. So for $8, and it works, and it's a Red Devil, I got it. And then at Marshall's, I picked this up for Jacob. It was on clearance. Just a whole bunch of gummies. See, different little shapes. He loves the gummies. This I got for me, just because it sounded so good, I couldn't help it. I like fiddle faddle and stuff like that, but I'm very partial to pecans. So, look, it's Southern Pecan Caramel Corn. So it's got pecans in it instead of peanuts. I got that for me. This is the Piece de Resistance from Marshall's. They only had 2 of them, and they were at the front when I walked in. I said, I think I need to get that. Let me go back here and see if there's anything else. I didn't see anything else I like as good as I like this. And when you see it, you're going to say, she didn't even wrap it in paper. I thought she wrapped it in paper. The nerve. When you see it, you're going to say, oh, that's you. Oh, let me move. Look. Okay, now watch. Wait a minute. See the little hanging right there? Is it gorgeous or is it gorgeous? I say gorgeous. So that's going to be my one big Halloween purchase, which I didn't think was bad. It was $19.99. To me, I didn't think that was bad. Everything else I get at thrift stores or Dollar Tree. So that's going to be my one big purchase for Halloween, as far as I know. Unless I find some cool witch out here on my tree. I'm still thinking about that. So anyway, well, that is all for my 2 days worth of shopping. And I shopped too much. Or did I? Is there such a thing as shopping too much? I don't think so. So, I'll see you when I see it.